What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jake here, aka BrusHstroKeZ. Today, I wanted to show you this awesome toy that I got. This is a shortwave infrared light. Now, this helps accelerate drying times for all paint: clear coat, primer, regular paint, solvent, and water-based. It's a really awesome tool. I did get this before this past winter, so I have been using it quite a bit. Really like it because it just makes everything go a lot faster. So this model, it is a short wave infrared. The short wave infrared is what you want to use. So what the short wave infrared does, it actually penetrates through the paint and heats up your substrate. And then it actually dries the paint from the inside out. Now medium and long wave infrared, that'll kind of like bake the surface of the paint, and it can trap solvents underneath, or if you're doing water-based, it can trap some moisture underneath by just drying the top layer. So what you want is a short wave infrared. The short waves, like I said, they penetrate through your material, and then they heat up your substrate from the underside, and it helps all the solvents and water escape from your paint. So it's super cool. Really, you can bake your clear coat, for clear coats that allow baking. You can get, this thing does get stuff super hot too. You can get it up well over 200 degrees, but most paints, you want to be around 140 degrees. I would suggest checking your tech data sheet first for the specific paint that you're using to see if they do recommend baking at all, and if they do, at what temperature they want. So to control the temperature, you can, this doesn't have a temperature control on it, just has a timer that you can set. But what I typically do is just move it over the whole panel, get it heated up to the temperature I want, and then find a distance to keep it at. This specific model comes with this handle on it. So what I kind of do is just take some wire, hang this up from my booth, from one of the hooks up there, and I'll just set the wire at whatever length, I'll get it whatever distance it is to keep the temperature where it needs to be. I do use, this is just from Harbor Freight, a little temperature sensor, so I can check the panel temperature, make sure I'm not overheating it. So I just kind of use these two in conjunction with each other. And this clear coat does say 140 degrees is what they want to bake it at. So we'll just kind of show you how fast this kind of works. As you can see, you can really feel the heat off of this too. One thing I like to do is make sure that my cord is not hanging down in front of the light, because it will get hot. And kind of see the temperature here. As we move this closer, it'll heat up quite quickly. So yeah, you can just kind of control the temperature by how far you're holding it away from your panel, or whatever item you're actually heating up. You can see my little dot on there. Try to keep that right in front of where the light is. But I'm going to get this heated up to 140 degrees. And then I will take a wire and kind of hang it from where it's keeping the panel at that temperature. And then I will probably let this bake for a good 10-15 minutes per my paint company's tech data sheet. So just a cool tip and trick. You can also use this on water base. If you've watched my channel for a while now, you know I use a lot of Createx paint. So this really accelerates dry time of Createx. You can literally hit it with like this light for like 2 minutes in between coats instead of having to wait, the 10 or 15 minutes for each coat to air dry. You can just hit it with this light for 2-3 minutes, and you can move on to the next step. So one thing when using this with clear coat too, since you're baking it, you are going to suck a lot of the solvents out, and you could get a little bit of shrinkage. So as you can see, this panel here is pretty smooth, hardly any orange peel at all. So, down the road in a week or two, this could get a little bit of peel in it, just from the clear coat shrinking. But by baking it like this, you can help avoid, shrinkage from down the road too, by zapping some of those solvents right out of there. You can see I'm getting a little warm on the panel. Oh, one thing too, when you're checking your panel temperature, don't do it right where that light's shining, because it's going to give you a false reading. Like that's saying 160, 150. Move the light off. It's 120-ish. So just kind of want to heat it up a little bit, move the light, and then check the temperature. So I'm not going to make this video super long, just thought I'd give you some tips and tricks on using this. If you have any questions at all, just drop them down below in the comments, and I will get those questions answered. If I need to make a video on it, I will definitely try to do that to answer your question as well. So until the next time, keep those brushes stroking.